Tracker weather, coverage you can count on.
One of our favorite shots, the live look from the Sundial Bridge, and surprise, surprise, nobody wants to stand on it and bask in the 107 degree
Yeah,
heat?
that's still a little bit surprising. Ooh. There's always somebody
I know,
on
there
the
really
bridge.
seems to always be someone out there, so that's very telling, right?
For sure,
Yeah.
and Howie's here to tell us just how hot it got today and what we can expect going into the evening.
Well, as Haley was saying, 106, 107. On that bridge, I'm sure it's a few degrees hotter as the metal and concrete and all that absorb the sun's radiation. So, yes, very hot. Probably a good choice today to maybe they're down there closer to the water with their feet in the water. That would feel a lot better. Here's another Alert California live shot. Our Richardson Springs camera in Butte County. That's looking off towards the northeast. Seeing lots of blue, but also a lot of dried out vegetation. Mostly clear and mild for tonight. Modest dip in temperatures for Sunday. Bright and toasty once again for next week. The winds had some fires up there in Mount Shastina, then near Paradise. Well, winds today on the lighter side. That helps us to deal with fires. Now, remember we were all excited. We're only dropping into the 60s in the valley. Well, now maybe dropping only down to close to 70. But El Churras, where we had plenty of mornings in the 30s, we're staying close to 50 overnight. Weaverville at 56, but tomorrow Weaverville warming up to 94. So whatever you did today, loose-fitting clothing, stayed indoors, lots of water, lots of sunblock, you can utilize those techniques again for tomorrow because another scorcher just about anywhere you go in Northern California. And the reasoning behind all that, our shield, our bubble, our ridge of protection, high pressure, holding all of these storms off towards the north. Well, what does that mean? About 3 or 4 of the last 5 to 6 weekends, these storms up there from the north, they dropped down with cooler air. They brought a little bit of rain and then mountain snow, and those further cooled the area down as well. The best we're probably going to see is after Saturday, some of these storms drop a little bit closer. The storms from the northwest, they drop a little bit closer. That'll help to cool us off a little bit. But for that brief day and a half, what's going to happen then? High pressure continues to move in and build from out west, from the Pacific Ocean. And with that, we'll continue to heat up once again. Maybe not the 105s right away, but we'll stay closer to that 100 until maybe later on next week we start to see a similar second heat wave, if you will. But high pressure not going anywhere. For the most part, we stay on the hot and dry side pretty much the rest of the way. I'll show you here on the 7-day. This is what we have. So another day similar to Friday on Saturday, but then we cool down on Sunday, and then we actually start to slowly warm close to 100 almost the rest of the way, and maybe a week from now, we start to climb a little bit higher into the 102s. The thing about today is parts of Redding, we just flew into the 104s, the 105s, and the 106s. So our first little heat wave of the season.
All right, thanks, Howie.